All right, good day. My name is Justin Milner. I am going to be doing scenario 4, where as a supervisor, and you notice employees being upset. All right, so for question 1, who are the individuals involved in the scenario? It would be my subordinates. So me as a supervisor, you walk in, you see people clearly upset, actually been involved in the scenario already. So that's why I kind of chose to do it. What appears to be preferred conflict management. So that goes between a few things. I think you could try to harmonize, aka take some of the sting out of the bite with the policy change. And then you also have the compromising, finding a middle ground. Middle ground being that you have the policy that they don't like. So what you do is you try to explain in a way why corporate would have done this. So I use my Marine Corps experience, right? Big example was tattoo policies. At the time, I wanted sleeves in the Marine Corps back in 2012, and the new commandant wiped them away and said, "Nope, we're not doing that. No tattoos below the elbow." So I think ultimately I would probably go with a middle ground combined with harmonizing, because obviously you want your employees to trust and respect you. You want them to know that you have their backs. So I think ultimately that's the route I would go, is I would make it to where they understand that I do support them, I do hear them, I do understand their frustrations with the policy change. And that, we got to find a way, and a big way to do that, honestly, is to elaborate on how to say, hey, give it some time. Let's see what happens with this, and we'll collect feedback from everyone. We'll understand that morale will be affected. So in order to counteract morale being affected, I say, hey, while this is going on, how about on Thursday after work, we'll go get dinner together. We'll do things to counteract that negativity in the workplace and try to do something outside of work in a positive manner, as well as, bring fun games to work, do different things while you're working at lunch, make the lunch a little bit longer, probably against corporate policy, but hey, I've always been taught and have learned for years that a happy mechanic is a good mechanic. I'm in aviation, so you got to do things as a leader to do that. Like I used to bring king cakes to work. I'm from Louisiana. I used to bring king cakes to work, bring desserts in, things like that. Bring lunch in for your employees to try to counteract whatever the policy change was. Next question, what are the needs and desires? Obviously, they don't like the policy change. They're not happy with it, so they want you to find a way to find a solution. The solution is really that middle ground, trying to elaborate to them that, hey, this is a new policy. It's going to suck for a second, but we are in this together. Don't let them feel like you're never going to be on the same level with a subordinate and a supervisor, but you don't also want to isolate yourself on a pedestal and bring yourself so high above them that they don't feel heard and wanted, and that their opinions don't matter, because that's the last thing you want to do with an employee. How does this impact your approach to addressing the conflict? That's where I selected my leadership style, or my conflict resolution style, more of harmonizing / compromising, because letting them know you're in it together will really help and benefit them. What strategies would you use to resolve the conflict appropriately? Kind of already said that. I tried to make the workplace more fun, laugh, joke, listen to fun music. Each person gets a music day, right? One person listens. I listen to metal a lot, country, things like that. So you have that person, they get to choose the music in the office for the day. Obviously not super derogatory, anything that's going to get you an HR complaint, but you got to find ways to make things fun, Do little fun games at lunch, like if you did bingo for 15 minutes, man, like anything fun. Play Uno at lunch with your employees. I've always done things like that. I've let people leave work to go work out, things like that, because, physical fitness is huge for me. So I've understood that a lot of people really enjoy that. Using the 5 steps feedback as a framework, outline how you would respond to the scenario. Ultimately, I am pretty big on, obviously talk to them. So the 5 steps, or ask permission, focus on the behavior, explain the impact, check for understanding, and then develop a plan to move forward. So obviously permission is just saying, hey, do you mind if we guys talk about this? I know you're upset about it. Watch their behavior, understand that, don't threaten their job per se, but like, hey man, we got to, man, woman, whoever it is, we got to do this. All right, we're in it together. Explain the impact of what's going to happen if they don't follow the policy, but do it in like a loving manner, more like a parent. And that's kind of how I've always led, even in the military. I wanted them to understand that, like, I don't agree with it, and I'm very blunt with higher ups and with my subordinates. If I don't agree with something, I will tell you. Obviously, then after that, verify they understand what was happening, and then develop a plan to move forward. Now, again, that was with us talking about it and figuring out the best solution for us as a team to mitigate morale decreasing and things like that. Thank you.